Hi everyone, in this video, I will be sharing on my research on the role of culture in perspectives of infidelity and why this research is so pertinent. First, I would like to pose a question. What is your definition of infidelity? Given the opportunity, would you do the deed? Although the typically expected answer would be a hard no, you'd be surprised that there could be others viewing this who may think otherwise. What exactly do we mean by infidelity? Is it a hookup, a flirt, viewing explicit content, or even a massage with happy endings? The act of infidelity is so universally practiced, but yet no universal consensus has been made on what constitutes it. In general terms, infidelity refers to extradyadic involvement that implies sexual or emotional unfaithfulness to one's romantic partner. It is ranked as one of the leading causes of divorce and breakups, and is often perceived as not only painful but a traumatic experience. However, the individual differences that derive this phenomenon is not well documented nor understood. Past literature has pointed out some interesting aspects on cultural beliefs in relation to infidelity. For instance, in America, the African population already differs greatly from the majority. The history of slavery and ongoing discrimination have laid a shaky foundation for commitment of fidelity in marriages. Contrastingly, Asians believe that adultery brings great shame, particularly for women, and they do not expect it to be an issue in a relationship. Even in Europe, wide variations in adultery rates were observed. The open-minded French believe it is possible to love someone for life without being faithful to them, while on the other end of the spectrum, a low rate of 39% of Spaniards admitted to cheating, as adultery is still viewed as a taboo in the Catholic-dominant country. Now in India, the adultery has just become decriminalized, and more Indians report they do not feel that it is an immoral act. Evidently, the notion of fidelity has diverse interpretations and impact that varies from culture to culture. Hence, through this present research, we aim to examine cross-cultural differences in the attitudes towards infidelity in terms of permissiveness towards extradyadic behaviors and social sexual orientation. It is hypothesized that there will be significant cross-cultural differences, particularly between conservative Asian and liberal Western cultures. To address the research question, a two-component experimental design was planned. First will be a neurological assessment, followed by a self-report data collection. Participants from Singapore's university student population pool will be recruited, consisting of 4 different cultural groups: Asian Chinese, Indian, African Hispanic Americans, and Caucasian European samples. Firstly, an fMRI experiment will be conducted to measure emotional pain from betrayal in a fictional scenario. They will be placed under a scanner and will be tasked to watch 2 clips of video scenes, one emotive and one non-emotive, each of a duration of 10 minutes. While watching the emotive video clip of a movie that depicts an adultery scene, the neural activity in the somatosensory cortex and dorsal posterior insular regions, which are associated with emotional pain, will be measured. Then, participants will complete 2 anonymous online surveys. The Perceptions of Infidelity scale, constructed by Wilson and colleagues, assesses the attitudes towards various behaviors indicative of cheating, where lower ratings indicate higher permissiveness or tolerance, while the revised social sexual orientation inventory assesses the degree to which participants are willing to engage in casual and uncommitted sex, and higher ratings means more unrestricted social sexual orientation. The results of the study are expected to reveal staggered responses to the emotive clips, with the most liberal Caucasian European group having the least negative emotional response, while the Asian Chinese group will have the most negative response. And the findings of the neurological assessment should correlate to the responses on the self-report surveys, where the level of permissiveness towards extradyadic behaviors and unrestrained social sexual orientation will vary in the following order. Slight differences may be expected due to the uniqueness of each culture that goes beyond conservationist versus liberalist values. So, what could this research hold for the future? As we gain more understanding of factors influencing attitudes and responses towards infidelity and how it affects relationship satisfaction, therapists working with couples can better help them deal with an affair that has brought disruptions to their marriages. Clinicians around the world have cited this issue among couples seeking help as the most clinically difficult to treat. Perhaps this could be due to the lack of consideration of different cultural perspectives on love and relationships. Diving deeper into perceptual issues may aid therapists in creating more effective interventions to help struggling couples build stronger foundations in their relationships. Almost everyone will have our hearts broken in a romantic relationship one way or another. It is thus of utmost importance to know that only by taking the time to understand each other better, we can then learn to grow and learn to heal.